Step into the unknown with the shadow frequency and your host, Matt Wilson, as he takes you where the shadows hum.
Welcome to the Shadow Frequency, where we dive into the eerie, the unexplained, and the downright chilling. I'm your producer, Juniper, and tonight we're stepping into the shadows of a small Iowa town to uncover a tale that's haunted its residents for over a century. In 1903, the people of Van Meter faced a creature straight out of a nightmare, a glowing winged beast that defied explanation. Get ready for episode 145, The Van Meter Nightmare. Matt, I hear this thing had a horn that shot blinding light. That's some serious paranormal firepower.
Oh, Juniper, you're not wrong. This creature sounds like it flew right out of a horror story, wings and all. I'm already getting chills thinking about what those townsfolk saw in the dead of the night.
I bet they didn't sleep for weeks.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, take us to Van Meter and introduce us to this glowing terror.
Buckle up, listeners, because this one's going to haunt your dreams. Let's dive in. Welcome once again to the Shadow Frequency. Listeners, tonight we're traveling to Van Meter, Iowa, a quiet farming town that in the fall of 1903 became the stage for one of the most unsettling paranormal encounters in American history. Picture this. It's late September, the air is crisp, and the small town of about 900 souls is winding down for the night. But something unnatural is stirring in the darkness. A creature that would come to be known as the Van Meter Visitor. On September 29, 1903, Ulysses Griffith, a respected local businessman, was walking home around 1 a.m. when he noticed a strange light atop a building on Main Street. At first, he thought it was a burglar with a lantern, but as he got closer, the light jumped. Yeah, it jumped across the street to another rooftop, moving with impossible speed. Griffith got a better look and froze. This was no thief. It was a creature, roughly 8 feet tall, with massive, leathery, bat-like wings and a horn protruding from its forehead that emitted a blinding, otherworldly light. And the smell? A putrid stench that turned his stomach. Griffith fired his gun at it, but the bullet seemed to pass right through, and the creature vanished into the night. The next night, Dr. Fred Alcott, the town doctor, was jolted awake by a beam of light shining through his window. Grabbing his revolver, he rushed outside and saw the same monstrous figure perched on a telephone pole, its horn glowing like a demonic spotlight. Alcott emptied his gun into it. 5 shots, point blank. The creature didn't flinch. It just stared at him, its massive wings twitching, before it leaped into the sky and disappeared. By now, rumors were spreading, and the town was on edge. The following evening, O.V. White, a hardware store owner known for his sharpshooting, spotted the creature on a telephone pole above his store. This time, it didn't just shine its light, it unleashed a horrific odor that made White gag. He fired at it, but again the bullets had no effect. Nearby, Sidney Gregg, a banker, saw the creature hop like a kangaroo through the streets, its wings flapping as it moved at breakneck speed toward an abandoned coal mine on the edge of town. The local high school teacher even described it as an antediluvian monster, something ripped from the pages of prehistory, or somewhere far darker. By October 1st, the town was in a state of terror. Every man, woman, and child was talking about the Van Meter Visitor. Miners reported hearing eerie noises from the old coal mine, sounds one man described as Satan and a regiment of imps coming forth for battle. The creature wasn't alone either. Witnesses claimed a smaller, similar being sometimes appeared alongside it, both vanishing into the mine's depths. The townsfolk, desperate to end the nightmare, formed a posse, armed with rifles and shotguns. They staked out the mine, determined to confront whatever was lurking there. What was this thing? A demon? An entity from another dimension? The Loway tribe, who once lived in the region, had stories of a humanoid thunderbird that shot lightning from their eyes. Could this have been one of their ancient spirits awakened by the miners digging too deep? The Van Meter Visitor didn't just scare people, it challenged their understanding of reality. and it wasn't done with them yet. Juniper, I don't know about you, but the idea of a glowing, bulletproof creature with wings and a stench that could knock you out, that's kind of the thing that keeps you up at night.
Matt, I'm already checking under my bed for glowing horns. This thing sounds like it could star in its own horror movie.
Right.
What do you think it was?
I've got some theories, but we're not done yet.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll dive deeper into the mind, literally and figuratively. Over to you, Juniper.
Wow, listeners, how creepy is the Van Meter visitor? I mean, a winged monster with a glowing horn. It's like something out of a fever dream. We're only halfway through, and I'm already hooked on this Iowa mystery. What do you think? Demon, alien, or something else entirely? Stick around for the second half where Matt digs into what happened at that coal mine and what this creature might really be. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and all the major podcast directories. And you can visit us at shadowfrequencypodcast.com, where you can catch up on all the episodes. You can leave us a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. And you can check out our new Shadow blog, grab some cool swag from our store, or you can buy us a coffee to keep the spooky vibes going. We also want to say thank you to everybody that's been following us across all the different platforms we're on, and we're on a lot of them. And it's really making a difference, show. We're really starting to grow, and we do appreciate all you guys tuning in regularly. TikTok, you guys are really off the charts. We do appreciate that. And of course, all across all platforms. Thank you very much. Right now, let's get to the mailbag. We got to reach over and hit the button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
All right, this is the mailbag where we share your thoughts and creepy stories. Today, we've got a message from Mary Lou in Tennessee. She writes, "Y'all absolutely love the Shadow Frequency. Your cryptid episodes are my favorite. How do you guys find all this stuff? I'm always blown away by the details you dig up, and I'm telling everyone I know to listen. Keep the spooky coming." Aw, thanks, Mary Lou. We love hearing from you, and we dig into the old archives, books, and even local legends to bring you these tales. If you want to share your thoughts, you can drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Matt, take us back to Van Meter.
Welcome back, listeners, to the Shadow Frequency. We left off with the people of Van Meter, Iowa, in 1903, gripped by fear as a winged glowing creature terrorized their town. The Van Meter visitor had been spotted by prominent citizens shrugging off bullets and vanishing into the night. By October 3rd, the townsfolk had had enough. A group of armed men, led by mine director J.L. Platt Jr., gathered at the abandoned coal mine where the creature was last seen. What they witnessed that night would seal the legend in Iowa folklore. As the posse waited in the dark, they heard those same demonic noises from the mine, like a battle cry from another world. Suddenly, not one, but two creatures emerged, the massive Van Meter visitor and a smaller companion, both with glowing horns and massive wings. The men opened fire, unloading a barrage that, as one newspaper put it, would have sunk the Spanish fleet. But the creatures didn't fall. They let out an unearthly screech, their stench overwhelming, and dove back into the mine. Desperate to end the terror, the townsfolk bricked up the mine's entrance, sealing the creatures inside. Or so they hoped. The Van Meter visitor was never seen again. But the story doesn't end there. Over the years, whispers of similar creatures have surfaced. In the 1980s, a man near the mine reported a giant bat-like figure flying overhead, unaware of the 1903 legend. In 2006, a pastor in Colfax, Iowa, saw a dragon in the sky that matched the visitor's description. And in 2020, a sighting near Boone, Iowa, described a creature with wings that flashed light, dark as it flew. Are these echoes of the same entity? Some cryptozoologists draw parallels to the Mothman or Jersey Devil, winged humanoids with eerie similarities. Could the visitor be an ancient being, a prehistoric survivor like a pterosaur, or something interdimensional slipping through a tear in reality? Now, I know some of you might be thinking, could this have been a case of mass hysteria? The early 1900s were a superstitious time, and the Van Meter was a small, isolated town. Fear can spread like wildfire, and a misidentified bird like a great blue heron with its long legs and wide wingspan might have been exaggerated into a monster by panicked townsfolk. But here's the thing. The witnesses were credible, respected people, not prone to wild tales, and their accounts were consistent. Plus, Clarence Dunn, a banker, made a plaster cast of three-toed footprints left by the creature, hardly the work of a heron. Whatever the truth, the Van Meter Visitor lives on. The town now hosts an annual Van Meter Visitor Festival, complete with haunted mine tours and cryptozoological talks, keeping the legend alive. Whether it was a demon, an alien, or something we can't yet comprehend, this winged nightmare reminds us that the unknown is never far away. Juniper, I'm half expecting to see glowing eyes outside my window tonight. What do you make of this thing?
Matt, I'm keeping my flashlight handy in case I spot any glowing horns.
Right.
That mine story is wild. I can't believe they just bricked it up and called it a day.
No kidding.
What's next?
I'm ready to dive into more shadows, but that's all for this episode. Over to you, Juniper, for the sign-off.
That's a wrap on episode 145 of The Shadow Frequency. The Van Meter Visitor has left us with more questions than answers. A going winged enigma that still haunts Iowa's history. Were those townsfolk face to face with a creature from beyond? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Head to shadowfrequencypodcast.com. You can leave us a voicemail. You can check out our shadow blog. You can also grab some more spooky swag from our store. You can support us by buying us a coffee, and you can find us, of course, on all the platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, the podcast platforms, and all of that good stuff. And hey, Matt, say goodbye to our listeners.
Stay curious and keep watching the shadows, everyone. Goodbye.
Until next time, stay tuned to the Shadow Frequency.
Bye.
Good night.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.